Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. They're led out by a guy who, of course, spent 5 seasons as the starter in the city of brotherly love. The second overall pick in 2016, Carson Wentz.
Now a first carry here for Robinson.
A check-in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 14 carries,
52 yards and a touchdown.
That's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
Over the middle, here to Coates. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Well, this defense for the Eagles, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
Now, you don't want to see that penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on third down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. Third down incompletion, fourth down upcoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the save. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw complete there to Johnson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's first down from the 42. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. The numbers there for Brown from a week ago. 4 catches, 62 yards.
5th in the league in receiving yards, and that's a strong category. I mean, if you're in the top 5 in anything, I don't care whether it's football or tiddlywinks, you're having a nice season.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Back to throw here. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
2nd and 6.
Now Wentz.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. Winston Dotson, your connection there for the Commander first.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Eagles have recovered. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is confirmed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Here's Wentz to throw. Buying time to his left. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On 2nd and 10, Wentz. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Now Wentz.
Able to connect with Dotson. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get.
28 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call a moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
The Eagles at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. He'll look to throw.
That swung out wide to Sanders. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And he is the NFC rating offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab it.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
The slot man in motion right. Going for it with Sanders, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th.
And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand.
And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
After 7-0 on the ace. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2.
As they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Four yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing his Wentz. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 14-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmaker...
That's caught at the 25.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. The end result, 21 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Sanders is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the rim all the way into the end zone?
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense.
We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Washington.
Brian Robinson Jr. with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-7. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles. But also,
oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Commanders will take over here just shy of the 30. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Sutton. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 7 yards there and a first down. Looking to throw. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
They made a nice effort to stick him on the walls for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw here.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
To throw, it's Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a play fake. Wentz. Rolling to his right. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going deep for Brown. And this one is incomplete. So we have come to halftime, and what's already a 2.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Wide receiver A.J. Brown. You see he and the rest of his mates returning to the field here.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Now, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown with career touchdown number 70. And the Eagles are back within a score. Elliott on for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
So here is Washington now to take over.
They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run again here with Robinson. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Robinson, he'll try the left side.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Wentz is thrown into the hands of McLaurin.
And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A huge play there for Washington. 42 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Robinson.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete.
I describe the way that he's played today as mature. He's already moved on mentally from that incompletion, and he's more than ready to throw his next pass downfield.
So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this third quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also in letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive.
They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Remember on their last drive, they had that pass play for a touchdown, and here they come out firing again. This play's not quite as good in the end result, but still good enough for a quick first down.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now back to throw. And this is caught. It's Brown.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 39.
A good pickup there of 20 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. They'll set up to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
Yeah, it's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down. Get to the...
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia.
It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw is Wentz. He's got a man complete. There he goes. And I think the ball's out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover.
Montez Sweat with a tackle.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. They're going to look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Eluding the pressure right. And Sanders has got it complete.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 37.
They'll run. It's Sanders. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Jamin Davis there to bring him down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Chase Young.
He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 41.
3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Now left side on the swing pass.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Wentz now on 1st down. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Now Wentz.
Throw right side complete to Dotson. Down inside the 10. Touchdown!
3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz.
And the Commanders are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw.
Into the hands of Sanders.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Holding. Offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
This pass is going to be
that means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
They'll run this one right with Robinson.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Brian Robinson Jr.
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Commanders add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his man, complete. It's Riley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Now the ball comes loose.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And right side, they're going to go option here.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And they take a knee.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. And they'll indeed take a knee.
So a victory here for the Commanders. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today, and really